art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back in the class with another lesson. And I keep my truth. You'll understand later. Anyway, this lesson I've been putting it off because this was kind of a hard one to teach, because I like to be able to explain stuff 100% so that you can get it and explain it in the easiest way possible. But this one was hard, so I put it off for a while. But the time has come for me to go ahead and do it. I looked away. Sorry. So, yeah, this one's about doing the structure of the head. Now, I explain why in the video. So, yeah, this is my introduction with my junky background, because I got a lot going on today, this whole week. So, yeah, big news coming up in the next video. All right, so let's get going. And, my truth. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so what I want to do is try to show you, I want to show you how to do the structure of the face, or the head, not the face, the structure of the head. And why not just say, I'm going to teach you how to draw the face. And one reason is because I don't want you to draw faces like I do, because you might not be drawing my type of face. You might be drawing anime or cartoonish. So I want you to be able to draw your own type, but usually the structure of a head is always the same. So what I want to do, I'm just kind of reaching for a pencil now, is show you the structure of a head. Now this is one thing that's really hard to do. Faces are just like hands. Hands can be in so many different positions. So it's hard to show you how to draw a hand, because I can show you how to draw a hand like this, but you might want a hand like this. So it's hard to do. So it's just so many positions a hand can take, and there's so many expressions that a face takes, that a face takes on. So just showing you how to draw a face it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is show you how to draw a structure of the head so that you can at least have that down, and then add the features the way you want to do. So there are two ways you can do this. Usually I'll do the oval. I've always been able to just do an oval. Now, if you can't do an oval, you can do a circle and then do like a U, kind of like a pointed U, more like a point, but just U it off, yeah, so like that. So you can either do whichever one that makes you feel better, or is easiest for you. So after this, and of course you always want like the top part wider and the narrow, get it together. You want the top part open more and the bottom narrower. You know, every face is subject to change as you go, but usually I'll do the oval first, and then if I need to make it more sharper, I'll do that. But I want to get the size right first. And for all of you people who say, oh, I can't draw a circle, or I can't draw an oval, because I've had a few people that said that online. Oh, you lost me at drawing a circle because I couldn't draw a circle. And as I said in a couple other videos, if you can do the number 100, and you can write the word book, then you've just drawn an oval and you've just drawn a circle. So stop saying I can't draw a circle and I can't draw an oval, because you do that every time you do the letter 0, and every time you do, or the letter 0, did I just say that? The number 0, and every time you do the letter O. So for all you people who say you can't draw, now you can draw. All right, so let's get back to this. Now, first thing, as I said, you want to do the oval, whichever one is easier, circle, and then U it out, or the whole oval. Then straight down the middle. And then I used to do straight down the middle again, like between this and this middle point, but I've learned to raise it up just a little bit. So you can choose the middle and then just raise it up just a little bit, and then erase that middle piece. Because I used to do like half, and half, but my chin was always short, or I didn't have enough room for my chin. My mouth was always too low. So we go here, and then we'll go from here to here, half, definitely there, half. Now, this is where your nose is going to be. This is your eye line. This is your nose line. Now, under your nose, there is a little piece like this. There's a little U like that. That's called your septum. And that also shapes the mouth. Forgive me if my words start slurring kind of, because I have a broke tooth. I haven't gotten a dentist. I got a dentist appointment, but it's going to be a minute before they get to see me. So it's rubbing against my tongue. My tooth broke. I have a filling that's sticking out, and my tongue is right here. So every time I move, my tongue is scraping against that piece of filling. So here's your nose. I'll just do a nose real quick. Under that, you have this little piece called a septum. And then that shapes the mouth, the top of the lip. And then you have that part right here. And then you have your bottom. So instead of me going like half, half, and half, just do your little U for your septum. And then right below that, do your mouth. Take your mouth all the way across. Take the mouth all the way across. Now, if these lines are crooked, it's because I'm drawing at an angle. I can't draw straight like this. I have to turn my page like that. I don't know why, but usually because I do that, when I straighten out, I'll see that my lines are crooked. But yeah, just bear with me. So we have that, and we have that. So at this point, you want to do your chin. Now, one reason I didn't really teach this is because, as I'm saying, it's kind of hard to do. Other teachings, you have a lot of guidelines that you can use, and no matter how you turn it, if you follow that guideline, you'll always come out right. But with this, with the face, it's always different. So let's say I want my chin to be, the flat part of my chin to be this wide. You know, you might want a one wider, but we're going to go with that. Then from this point to this point, I do a curved line like that. And the same here. From there, I do a curved line like that. Now from up here, I'll do a curved line up like that. Yeah, of course the lines are going to be crooked, and as I say, we can straighten it out later. Now this line is where your eye is going to be. Now over top of that, draw another line. Not too far. And that's going to be your brow, your eyebrow, because you have a, and not indentation, it's like a dip. Well, I'll show you as we get there. So from this brow, and the reason you did your brow line is because this is where your nose starts. The bridge of your nose is up here. So from the bottom here, you want to just draw a line straight down, depending on how wide you want the front of your nose. Like that. Then I come up a little bit like this. And then from that point, come down like that. Now, usually your eye at this point, from this point straight up, or point straight up, that's where the front or the side of your eye is. So, but usually what I'll do is I will put a circle. And that circle should cut right through the middle of that line. That circle represents where your eye goes. You can always do the eye shape later, but that's just, it represents that. Now for the mouth, you can do the lip that's shaped like a mountain almost, like this, or two mountains, or you can just just have the bottom part and without the top. Usually, if I'm doing a woman or somebody with thick lips, so like African American or black man, let's just say it, then I'll do this. You have this part and then this. But usually I'll keep it more flat here and then up like that. I usually don't connect them. I usually connect them if it's a woman's mouth and I'm not really doing the facial structure as I said. But since I'm here, this is the bad brush pen, throw it away. It's like this. It's more defined like that. I'll round it off, maybe a little point right there. And then a line like that comes out opposite direction, and then you go around like that. And that's more for the woman's mouth. Now the man's mouth, usually I'll just do, and I'll show this in a pen later, just do like the bottom line right here. Let me get another color so that you guys can see. Like that. Put your glasses on, Brian, you might be able to see. and then the bottom lip, which is just curves up, not connecting like that. Now, the reason I said to put this all the way across like this is because this is where your jawline or your jaw comes up to there, and then you can go up, straight up here. You know, you're going to come all the way around, and this is where, at this point, you will make it bigger, smaller, shape it however. And then you have your eye, you have this part, and then you want to do around like that. And that's going to be where your hairline, because your chin, your forehead, let's just say it's like flat, and then it curves back up here like that. So this is where it starts to curve, and this is also your hairline. So if I put hair on this guy, it'll go around like this, and then you have this piece that comes out, and then your ear over here. But as I said, I'm not doing the face, just the structure of the head. So as I say, you have that hairline here, and then this line and this line right where the curves go back, and that shows more roundness going back. Now from the here, you have your ear from the nose line to the eye line. Just put your ear. And then now your eyes. Your eyes, remember this line is the center of your eye. This is your brow, it comes up, and then your brow. So when I do my eyes, you know, your eye is shaped like that, but I'll do this like this. I'll just go across like that. It's just easier to do, and you can stay on the same line. Because a lot of times, like I said, like 98% of the time when I draw eyes, my eyes are crooked. One is higher than the other. So by just using this more of a rectangle shape, it'll stay on the same line that you need. And then just round it off. And then you have your eyes. So this is the center, that's the center line. So it's not going to be like this on the line. It's going to be halfway like that. Half of it's going to be on, half of it's going to be off. Like that. And then you can, as I say, you can round it off however. But again, you might be doing anime, you might be doing a cartoon type of head. I don't know why my camera's blurring, so let me pause it and restart it. All right, that's better. And then you have your nose. I've got so many lines and my light is blurring. It's hard for me to see. And so it comes up, and that's your brow line here, your eye, and then your nose. So that's the basic construction of the face. Hopefully I did it slow enough. And then you add whatever type nose, whatever mouth, whatever it is. So you could be doing an alien type of a character, or you could be doing more of a thick superhero type of character. So if I inked it, I'll just ink it and then show you what I came up with. But you're doing the structure, and once you finish the structure of the mouth, of the face, then you do however you choose to do. And just do the head. And then of course your neck comes down wherever your neck is going to come down. And then the little septum. A lot of times people don't draw that. Usually it's more pronounced, predominant on like black characters. You see this little piece there, but a lot of times people don't draw that. But it's just kind of like a guideline to show you where the mouth was going to be. So if this was like a black character, I'd do that top lip, and then I'd have this bottom lip like that, and would connect, make the nose a little wider, and then you have the black character, and then of course the haircut. So like if this guy was, if he was black character, I would do like the hair, depends on what type of hair. Let's just say, like that. But once you get the structure down, and then if you must do a cheekbone, the cheekbone would be kind of like opposite. It would just come down like this. But I usually don't tend to do cheekbones on a lot of characters. But it depends on what type of character you're trying to do at that time. Something, I just lost my train of thought. But that's okay, because we're going to keep going. So that's your front structure of your face. As I say, I didn't want to do a face, but I just did that to show you what you'd come up with. And if you needed more chin or something like that, then you would just, before you inked it, you would just drop your chin down a little bit more. Or if you needed the jawbone a little wider, you bring it out more. Let's ink it. Say like if this guy was like a muscular kind of character and the jawbone was out, you need the jawbone out a little bit more, you would do something like that. And then you can, however, if you can put the neck out a little further, put the neck out further. So if I did one from the side, and I'll do one from the 3/4 view, and then later on I'll do some more, but I really don't want this video to go. I'm trying to get that 10-minute video. I'm really trying. I'll get it eventually. 3/4 view. So again, start out with the oval. And I just keep going like that until I get the shape or size that I want. Oval, I'll pull this down some. Then, instead of putting the line in the center, you put it around wherever. It could be looking this way. You know about the center line in the face. But with this one, I try not to curve it around like it's supposed to be. I try to make it go kind of straight down. So you're going to curve it from around and kind of straight down here. Then you want your chin. Just make that flat for now. So bring that down like that. Again, half and then lift it up a little bit. So like half of this, you take this as a whole, half would be about right there. Bring it up just a little bit. And then again, half of this be about right there. So that's going to be your nose. And then your septum again, just this little piece. And then there's your mouth. Right there. Bring your mouth all the way across, because it's important that, again, your mouth lines up with your jawbone. That's why you can open your mouth. When you open your mouth, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try to do it. It's lined up with this part here. It just drops down more. So yeah, so your mouth always has to line up. Corner of your mouth always has to line up with that little piece that comes down. Because if you have your ear here, and then this little piece, and then your neck here, and basically I just do a three-quarter view. So that's a surprise ending. I gave away the ending. So we have that, your septum, this. Remember the line a little bit above the eye, because this is the center of your eye. So you can put the eye here, and the eye here. We'll move it over a little bit, because your bridge of your nose is going to come right here. So what that is you do this, and it's going to come down here. And because your nose sticks out, you're going to have it come like this. Now that bridge can be as wide as you want or as narrow as you want, depends on if you're doing a girl or a guy. And then come back and then come straight down. So basically you're just doing a wedge like this, or a slice of cake, or however you want to call it. It's just a, what is it? I'm trying to think what easy drawing it could be. It's like a triangle almost, but it's not flat. I guess if you went all the way, for those people that are having a hard time pulling out shapes, if you went all the way up, like half of a triangle, like that, cut it off like that, and then wherever this point ends or touches this, you draw it down like that, delete that, get rid of that part, and you have that. That's going to be your nose. As I say, you have your septum, so that's coming out at an angle when your face is coming back like that. You have your nose, that, septum, and this is your mouth right here. So add a little shape to the mouth, like that. Now, wherever this chin stops, okay, let's do this. Let's fix his head up just a little bit more. I should have did a profile before I did the side one so that you kind of understand what I'm doing. It's really hard to teach a face because of the guidelines. So at this point, I can keep going, but I might lose you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a profile and then come back, and then you can see where I'm connecting and why I'm connecting things. Profile. 2 ways you can do a profile. You can do the box, or you can do the letter P like that, except it is a little different. Circle, split it in half, come down and across, and you see that's like the letter P. You did your circle, and then this, and then that, and of course all this is subject to change, but this is basically how you do a profile. Or you can do the box, half and half. Do your plus symbol, and then you already have this right here, and then from there you just round this off. So basically you're still doing the letter P like that. Now bring that up. Remember, that's half of the box, so you want to bring it up a little bit for the actual eye. Get rid of that. Half and half from here to here. Half, that's your nose and your little septum, so your mouth is right here, going all the way across. So bringing this down, this is your chin. You're going to come up to this point here. This is where it bends at. Sorry, my tongue keeps hitting that tooth. You're going to have this little space here for your nose. Your nose is going to be at the top line, a little higher than your eye, and it's going to come down. And you can have it flat, or you can bring it out some, depending on the character that you're drawing. Curve around for the mouth. You have mouth, bottom part comes in, chin like that, a little bit here, there. This comes out here for your brow, and then around. Now this is one of the parts that always gets me, is the space between the nose and the mouth. I usually don't have enough room, so let's do this. Let's bring this nose up a little bit. And then you have room for the mouth because it curves out like this. It curves out and then back in like that. So you're doing this like that. Basically like that. The same way you would do an anime nose. And then the mouth goes in and the bottom lip curves like this. And then in, and you have your part under your mouth, and then you have your chin. But usually in drawing, you want that line, like the line that comes this way. And things are supposed to touch that line. Your mouth is supposed to touch that line. So your nose is like this. Your mouth is supposed to come out. Hit that line, back in. The other part comes out, hit that line, comes back. Chin comes down, hits that line, and then you curve it up. Now that's kind of an unwritten rule. You don't have to, because you might want somebody's chin to come way out here. This is why I say I don't want you to like draw like I draw, because who knows what kind of character you have. And you know, the person could have a wider mouth that comes out. It depends on what type of character. Some nationalities have you know, mouths that protrude, or chins that protrude, or chins that actually suck in. But just like a rule of thumb, wherever that nose is, that tip of that nose, if you do like an angle, things are supposed to really touch. Like that. I mean, you know, that's not quite touching, but it's supposed to be on that angle. And then you have your brow that comes out and curves around. So you have your mouth comes there. There's your chin. There's your that bend coming up. You know, your ear is from your nose to your eye. So your ear is going to be right here, which is on these lines. You have this, and then it comes up. A lot of times people forget about this little piece under the neck right here. So you have this, and then from there, your back of your neck comes down, and this comes down. And there's a muscle that comes from the back of your neck, comes down. It's basically a couple muscles, and this turns into your shoulder blade, shoulders right here. So this comes down and into that muscle, and then is your shoulder. So this is always in shadow. Your eye is going to be, usually if your nose comes here, bring it in some, your eye is going to be there. And your eye is basically just a triangle. Like that. But the triangle is not flat like that. The triangle curves in like that. Because this part is higher than this part. So when the sun beams down, this basically is shade for your eye. So God knew what he was doing when he made that. This juts out more than that, and there's your eye right there. This is why I usually draw the ball. I'll just draw the ball and then put everything in the ball, because it's easier to draw a circle where your eye is, especially when you're doing the side profile. All right, from here you want to have your brow that comes up and then down, and then that center line, that's where the back, that's where your head takes that turn. Bring that up some more. Try to flesh that head out like that, and then you have a little that little bulge coming from under the eye. And as I said, I'm not trying to get into faces. I just want to show you the structure. So the mouth will come down like that. You don't have to bring that lip all the way back. Just a little bit. Again, it depends on your character. And then you have some cheekbone that comes if you choose. Like that. So let me ink this because there's so many shiny lines. My overhead light is just killer. Piece under the chin, then your chin comes round to that point, up this part here, your ear, your head. I messed that head up, but that's all right. Your neck, that muscle, your shoulder. This would come here and there. Remember the eye is round, but this part juts out more than that. And then your brow there, and it comes out there. So yeah, if you want cheekbone, it's like that. Shade that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I might have missed? for facial structure. I don't think so. So, like I say, key points is the mouth comes to this point here. So when the mouth opens up, this drops down more. Like if I did this. So here's your mouth. Here's your chin. And this is going to this part is just going to drop down more. Is that the nose, Brian? Yeah, so yeah. He's screaming. But it's got to be there. And then you have your part that nobody ever draws under your neck. Here's your ear. This is the back of your thing. And then your that. So, three quarters view. So, the reason I stopped on that was because of this and this coming up. So you have to do your chin. You have to bring it up. And the wideness is up to you, how far you want that to bring over. Bring it up. Remember this line, and then you bring it up from here. So you have this, chin, over and up, and then your nose and your eye, your ear. The back of your head is going to come out from back here. And it's basically your 3/4. And then you got your neck, and your neck, however you want your neck here. Of course, right there under the ear, you have that. And then you might see some shoulder over. You will see some shoulder over here. Depends on how you draw it. Pull it up so we can see it in the camera. Now, again, this is your brow here. And because you have this line like this, you're also going to have this line the same way. It comes in, then back out, and then down. You have your eyes, of course, and then, of course, as I say, the way I do my eyes, you can, it's like this. Same thing here, except it's going to be opposite. There, because you have your eye is going to be, where's my pencil? It's actually going to be like that, because you're looking at that circle from an angle. So you will see that little point here. And depending on how you turn your face, how much you turn your face, whether you will not see some of your eye behind your nose. Like if the center line was like way over here, then you won't really see too much of the eye because the nose is going to cover it up. So you have that. Of course, again, that's your brow. And then your nose, which is, and it also depends on if you have like an upturned nose. If your nose is upturned, where you can see some of the bottom of it, or if your nose is a broken nose, where you won't see the bottom of it. And that's why I don't want to do faces, because you know you could have a character with, you know, weird Picasso nose or something like that. And then me doing this is nothing like what you're trying to do. So I'm just showing you the facial structure. So from here, let's just do this little wedge and just give them a little bit at the bottom, just a little teeny bit, so you can have some shadow. Then septum, mouth, the bottom. Like I say, for a man, I'll curve it down like that and then back up. I don't connect the bottom lip to the top lip, unless it's a woman. And then you remember your chin rounds off like that. And sometimes you'll have that little puffing out because of your teeth right here, and then you go in. But it all depends on your character, what kind of character you have, because sometimes if the character has a wide chin, a wide jaw, you might see a little bit of it there. You might not. It depends on the character, as I say. And then you're coming up, you have the ear, the back of the head, and then at the point, goes back like that. And then you can have your hairline. And I think that's what I didn't do on the profile, the hairline. So you have your hairline wherever you figure you want your hairline. Like that. And then again, this can come down. It's got to be at the edge of this point here. Come down like that. But you will not, at this point, you won't need that. It's just, that's something I could have done at the beginning, but I'm trying to show you these steps to doing a face. But once you do stuff and you know how to do it, it's kind of hard. Because I used to get on people about doing, when they do Photoshop, I used to watch Photoshop videos to figure out how to do some things on Photoshop. And they always start telling you, and these people who, they know how to do Photoshop, they know it like the back of their hand. So they'll start out by saying, okay, open up your file and then click this and click that. And then their brain just stops because they know what they're doing. They're clicking 2 or 3 things and you don't know what they're doing. And then they finally come back to teaching mode and okay, then you want to click this and click that and open this. But you just missed like 4 or 5 steps. So we're stuck way back here. And that's what happens when I do faces, because I know how to do a face. I'll get in automatic mode and I forget to tell you, oh, to do this or do that or do the other thing. So if I did this again quickly, well, let me ink this since I inked the other ones. And we gotta have that because your brow is here. And the bridge of your nose. Add septum. Mouth. This comes out because you have that little ball in your face, that cheekbone here, in, and then you round your chin off as far as you want it. It could be a wide chin, depends on your character. Up, and your ear, and your eye. And then you have that other part, that folding skin, gives you more realism to your eye. And then you can have down. Like that. And if you choose to do that little jawbone thing, you can. And your head can slope back or it can jut out, depends on, your character again. That's why I'm just doing the construction of the face. And this is where it turns. Lex Luthor. You have this, come down, neck, shoulder, and then that. And then you have a head. So if I did this one again real quick, and then I'll do some more on heads, but it takes time to do it, and I don't want to keep doing hour videos. So again, if I do it quick, then it's easier. This is that line, and then where that line goes, I'll do the eye like that. And then my nose flat. Instead of doing that, I'll just do the nostril. The mouth, I know the mouth shape of the mouth because if the face is turned so much, this mouth will not be, this side of the mouth won't be long. This one will. Like that, there's my chin. This is going to come up from, this is your center, this is your eye line, center eye line, so that's going to come up. Same thing for this side. My eye is going to be right here. The other eye is going to be over here. Where's my mouth? Here, so it's going to come here and then go up. There's my ear. Come in, out, and down. And that's like a quick version of what I'm doing, or how to do a face, or how I would do a 3/4 face. And there are many ways to do eyes. You can close the eyes up. You can do eyes like this. You can do regular eyes. You can do the anime kind of eye. You can just do the spots on the eyes. It depends on your drawing style that you're doing. Then you have your chin. Chin curves up there. It's your ear. This curves out like that, and then your head. And then you can choose where your hairline is, and you can have whatever kind of hair. And one thing is that I tell people, when you design a character and you put hair, you put some kind of crazy hair on that character, it might look cool on the front position, but what is that going to look like from the side? So if I try to put this hair on this guy here from the side, what is that going to look like? And, you'd have to count, just like Goku has a particular, number of points. You'd have to count each point, because every time you drew this character and turn them in different positions, it's got to look the same. So be careful when you start designing your hair for your character. Keep a simple hairstyle. And if you must do this, something like this, do I have a front face? If you must do something like that, break it down. I'll try to use this one. Break it down into pieces. Just say, okay, you got 1, 2, 3. This is like one piece. 1, 2, 3. This is like one piece. And then this is like one piece. That's like one piece. That way you can always put them together. You say, okay, I know the guy's got these 3 pieces here, and he's got this other piece that comes here. 1, 2, 3 points there. Then he's got this long piece that always comes out like that. So if you break it down into pieces, then you can always know what piece goes where and how it fits. So every time you draw the guy, then you'll know he'll look pretty much the same. So yeah, just be careful when you try to do these crazy, I want to do an anime looking hairstyle. So yeah, as I say, then you can put your hair on however you want to put your hair on. And don't have your hair flat against his head. Always have your hair, give your hair some life to it, like that. And then your neck. Yeah, and so there you have your structure for your face, like that. And if you want to add a little more stuff to it, you can. If you want to put a frown on them, or put more lines in his face, you can. So yeah. Hopefully that showed you guys how to do the structure of a face. After you do the structure, you can add whatever you want to it, but basically you have to know how to do the structure first, because I've seen some bodies that were pretty good, but because they really didn't understand the face, they just kind of threw it up there, and the face was kind of crooked. So is this face, because I draw like this. So as I say, when I turn it up, it gets crooked. Like this chin could come down more. As I say, all this is subject to change, because once you get it, before you ink it, you start straightening it out. And then, you have your shadow here. Because same way with something I was saying, I don't remember, it goes back into your head, and then you have that shadow. Yeah, and then shadow again under the chin. So I don't know how long this video was, but I know it's not 20 minutes. So I'm going to let you go at this one. And yeah, enjoy. Never Stop Art. Click the thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe, because I'm getting a lot of comments saying that people are enjoying it, number one, and people are learning, number two. I've got several that said, I've been trying to draw, and I've been looking at these people's videos for years and never learned anything, and I saw just one of your video, and I learned how to draw, and that's what it's all about. So if you're one of those people that learn how to draw, call a friend, tell them, say, hey, look, Brian Proctor, check out his channel. This guy wants to learn how to draw. And I know as artists, we don't hang with a lot of people because we're creative people, and we don't really hang with people that are not creative, that are not like moving in the direction we move in. But I'm sure you have a few friends as an artist. So yeah, tell them thumbs up and subscribe as always. All right, I'm out. See you later.